Hey, my beautiful people. Good evening and Fruitful Friday. Oh, it has been an emotional day. It is the 0 day and my final and last day here in the Belltown CSO. After 19 and a half years of service, I'm taking the leap and stepping out on faith and surrendering all and totally trusting God to lead. And I am willing to go and follow wherever God sends me. It is still new for me trying to wrap my mind around what is actually happening, because it is so unlike me. Never in a million years would I have thought I would be making this choice and stepping out on faith and surrendering all to be led. This is my last time. Last time for work walking these downtown streets, and it is off to new adventures, new things, new blessings, new lessons, more growth, more expansion, and definitely elevation. Because like I say, it's still hard for me to conceptualize, for me to always have had to maintain control with my Virgo mind, my logical and analytical mind, and having to have a plan and it makes sense, and me having to see the framework and having to understand and have a level of control of how it's going to go and turn out, for me to totally take a leap of faith and resign after 19 and a half years without a plan, without an income, without a job to go to. Like I say, it is still hard for me to wrap my mind around this choice I made. But at the end of the day, I made it because I know that, look, it wasn't an easy thing coming. it wasn't an easy decision. I've been working on this for a while. I've even asked my supervisor, can you guys lay me off? Because at least then I would get some unemployment. And I've even applied for different programs to be denied. And ultimately it was God telling me, I was like, I hear you, God, I hear you. I'm trying all of these things to maintain a level of control, and at least I would have been leaving with an income. But and it's easy to make that decision when you have an income, or you're leaving a place with a plan and a steady income for a while so that you can plan. It is totally different to leave a place without any income, without, like I say, without a plan, without another place to go, without any dots connecting right now. So I know that the denials were God saying, ultimately, I was still trying to maintain a level of control. And I say that I surrender all. I say that, I'll lead me anywhere. I surrender all. But did I really surrender all when I'm still trying to maintain control? So I realized that the denials and the no's were God saying, yeah, ultimately you can, my lips feel dry. Ultimately you can stay here, but you know that it's, I just feel like my spirit is being diminished, and it's not satisfying and fulfilling. And with the more truth and honest and transparent and accountable integrity that I have within myself, the more real I am with myself, it's harder for me to dwell in places that don't I mean, around people, places, spaces, and systems that don't operate off the same standards. The things that used to make me feel comfortable are now making me feel very uncomfortable and very uneasy. So I know that this was, like I say, we have free will choice. God will not make us do anything, won't pressure us to do anything. We have a free will choice. So the denials and the no were God telling me, like, yeah, you can stay there, but ultimately you know that you're not satisfied and fulfilled, and it would only continue to get more uncomfortable and more uneasy. Or I can totally take the chance and step out on faith and surrender all, completely surrender all, as I've been stating, and totally let God lead, totally and completely. So I decided to get out of my own way. I decided to step out on faith. I made the choice, and I'm in control of my decisions. And at the end of the day, it takes a lot of bravery and courage to step out on faith, to make this choice, to leave a job after 19 and a half years with no plan, and I had somebody point that out to me, how, people stay in, they have a different perspective, how people stay in positions and jobs unsatisfied, unfulfilled, and not happy because they are paying the bills and because they are able to take care of themselves. And he told me it takes a lot of bravery and courage to take that control and step out on faith and to take a chance and to take such a great risk, and to bet on myself and to surrender all and to totally trust God and to take this leap and to allow myself to be led. So I really appreciate and value the opinion and that perspective, and I'm proud of myself, as scary and as I have been having to be mindful and present of the moments and situations, because different feelings and emotions and negativity tried to arise. So I had to be mindful and present and aware in the moment so that I can address it, so that I can acknowledge it, so that I can cast it down, and set it aside and stay pushing, so that I didn't let it get a hold of me, that I didn't reside there and stay stuck there, and I sure didn't let my mind spiral out of control with what could happen or what could be, or lean to my own understanding, as I've done many times, of worst case scenarios. I'm not going to do that to myself. I've never been a risk taker when it comes to myself, so like I say, taking a risk, getting out of my own way, stepping out on faith, trusting God, surrendering all, literally and completely and totally to God, allowing my strong and controlled self to be led, like tapping into my softness and working on myself not to be so strong, and to tap more into my femininity, so that my divine masculine side, which I leaned on so much in my life, being independent, making choices, working, doing everything in my own power, being in control, or what I thought was control. I always tap more into my masculine side. I have never really been in a position or a place and space where I could tap into my softness, where I could be myself. I've never been in a place or space where I could receive. And at one point in time, I guess because I didn't allow people to do things for me, I didn't feel worthy of receiving. So those are areas I had to work on in myself. And look here, look, I know I'm worthy to receive now. Look, I know I am worthy and safe to receive. Look, I'm ready to be pampered. I know I deserve pampering, luxury, love, affection, somebody to pour into me, somebody to make me a priority, somebody to show me that I'm important to them, somebody to show that I matter to them, somebody who wants to be with me, somebody who wants to show me affection and love and kindness and care, compassion and consideration, loyalty, you know, the same things I've given. I have always said to myself that I've wanted the same things that I've given to people, because, you know, those are the things that I provided for the people that I loved. It was just unfortunate that I've never had safety, I've never had security, I've never had belonging, I've never had validation or a place that accepted me. I never felt like I belonged. I've never had anybody just pour into me or give to me, or I haven't had any reciprocation with as many people as I loved and sacrificed for. And I've always said that I've wanted the same things that I've given. However, one thing that I realized through my healing process is that I've always said what I wanted, yet I did not know what it felt like to receive those things, because I've never received them from an outside source. So I then realized I can't ask or require something of somebody else that I haven't given to myself. So I have learned to love myself. I have learned to give to myself. I have learned to be kind and gentle and caring and pour into myself. Be patient, love on me, be good to me, talk good to me, make myself feel good, put a smile on my face, do some things that put a pep in my step and some joy in my heart, some things that excite me and ignite me. So now that I love myself, I value, I know my worth, I know what I bring to the table, I know the magnificence and excellence of who I am, but I also know what it feels like to receive those things, because I know what it feels like to receive the same things that I've given, because I've given them to myself. So now that can be a standard that I require for myself. So whoever, like I say, whoever come in my life gonna have to rise up or step off. And I'm waiting for my divine union. I have no doubt in my mind that God has my perfect match, and when we come together, it's not only gonna be undeniable, it's gonna be unbreakable, unstoppable, and we're gonna be a force to be reckoned with. And I'm ready for my divine union. I'm ready for that love. I'm ready to give love. I'm ready to receive love, and I'm ready to set this world on fire, set this world ablaze, because I know that's what we're going to be together, unstoppable, undeniable. And we're going to have some haters. So, hi, haters. And it's going to be what it is, because we're going to make it do what it do together. And we will never let nobody come between us. We will never, and like I say, that is also the beautiful thing of learning the hard lessons and having had relationships that, you know, you got your heart broke or you didn't receive the things that you want, because you learn those lessons and you heal. And then that healing and acceptance and that forgiveness of others, but also forgiveness of myself for the things that I accepted and allowed, you know, releasing others, the ties, the bonds, the cords, the connections, with love and compassion, and protecting my time, my peace, my energy, and the magnificence of who I am. Like when you know your value and your worth, and you know what you don't want, you know, and it's like now that I know who I am, I feel worthy, I know that I'm more than enough, I know that I matter, I know what I deserve to receive, you know. Look, I'm a magnet. Look, I attract look, money, opportunities, people, and I know my soul tribe is coming. I'm magnetic. Like I say, I'm a bright light, and I definitely know that I'm God's chosen, and I am marked, and I'm set apart, and I am placed here, and God has a big mantle for me to carry, and I'm ready to step into my soul's purpose and ultimately the destiny that God has for me, along with my divine union, because my union is part of my destiny, because we are going to do things in this world together. That's what we're called to do. We're called to not only love each other and support and be there and like I say, encourage, hold up, stand side by side, be true partners, be best friends, and so many other things. But we are called to do missions in this world together and set this world ablaze while giving God the praise and the honor and the glory. And I am definitely a bright light, and I'm also going to be that light and show people what is possible, the healing, the growth, the expansion. And when my divine union comes, our love will also be an example of a power couple, because that's what we're going to be. We're going to be a power couple. And like I say, it's going to be unbreakable, unstoppable, undeniable. And I'm ready for it. So where are you at? Where are you at? Okay, I'm ready for my divine union. I'm ready for my love, and I know my blessings are coming. My soul tribe, my divine partnerships, my divine union, and like I say, I know me stepping out on faith and taking this leap. I'm not only going to fly, I am going to soar, because I know that what God has planned for me is far bigger than anything that I could have ever thought, planned, or imagined for myself. And I will stay in obedience. I will remain in God's will. I will not do this life without God. I will remain in God's will, and I will remain on the path to my purpose. I will remain praising God, like I say, giving him the honor and the glory, because it is only because of God that I am here, sound mind, body, spirit, and healed, growing, expanding, 48 years old and only getting better, baby. I ain't never been this good, and it's only getting better. So, I can't wait, yeah. So this is the 0 day, my last day at Belltown CSO, and I don't know what God has for me. I don't know where God's leading me. I don't even know if I'm going to be remaining in Washington, but at this point, I'm open to wherever God takes me, and I will follow God wherever God leads me. And I surrender all, and I meant what I said. I surrender all, and I am allowing God to totally lead. So I will keep y'all posted. This is new. I'm still wrapping my mind around it. I'm still in a little shock and disbelief, but the decision is made. And today, on this December 19th of 2025, this was my last and final day after 19 and a half years working for the Department of Social and Health Services, DSHS, in the Belltown Community Service Office, where I was a Work First program supervisor and working with an extraordinary management team and team in the office. So just extraordinary people. I'm going to miss them, and I know I'm going to be in touch. This is not goodbye. It is, I will see you later. And like I say, I don't know where God leads, but I don't know where God is going to lead me, but I will keep y'all posted. Watch me work. All right, my beautiful people. This is the 0 day. This was my final day. I can't believe it. And may your Friday be as fantastic and as amazing as you are. I'll talk to you soon. Mwah.